Wait, Venusaur. I'll play a game with Venusaur. I'm gonna go bottom, and I'm gonna explain all my decision making like it's a normal game, right? And I'm not like I'm doing extra things that I've learned over time. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna talk about my decision making. This is my no items account, as you guys know, so understand that, but the basic understanding of the game and basic gameplay will be exactly the same about what I try to do. And I'm only going to take risks when they make sense and not just because I know I can get away with it. So, start off in the game. Do not go top. Top is absolutely useless. You pick your highest damage ability and you go for it. So here I'm slapping this little Aipom. I'm confident I can fit in a Razor Leaf here because I know that I need my Razor Leaf in time for the next one up here. Make sure I line them up and then hit both of them. Fortunately, my Squirtle hit it, so it messed it up, but regardless, you want to line them up, makes things faster. Then you should head up here for this mob right here. It's the neutral mob. You always want to contest the neutral mobs, because any neutral mobs you get, the enemy don't have. There. This guy feeds, we're able to get a kill. That's good. You can walk up here. Since I'm a long-range character, I'm able to contest this Audino here. I'm playing in a safe position. I'm holding my cooldowns to use it right when it's low. Just like that. And I get the steal. If you're playing a character that is quick or has some sort of mobility option, you should go try and score, considering you have a score shield. My character does not, so that makes things a little bit difficult for me, so I don't go for it. Waiting here for the middle spawn from the bees. It's pretty important to contest that. Basically the only thing you have to do in the lane. Perfect. There are healing items in the lane here. You can heal yourself by using the goal itself. You actually get healed faster by running in and out of it, so that's the way to go. I make a mistake there and let him go past me, so now we've taken a little bit of damage to our goal. It's a little bit tragic. But otherwise, I'm just sitting in here. Anytime any sort of neutral mob comes up, I'm contesting that. Always save your cooldowns for the last assault. You want to make sure you're using your cooldowns to burst down whatever it is you're trying to get. It's useful for all these micro mobs, but later in the game when you're playing for Dreadnought and Rotom, it's the most important thing. Or Dreadnought and Zapdos is the most important thing. It literally is what the whole game is about last-shotting important mobs. So, as we can see, we have 30 seconds left. We're about to get towards where the Dreadnought spawns. I'm going to go ahead and take this Corphish because it's close, and then we have the bees spawning. I really want to make sure I get to a good level here so I can get access to my Solar Beam. Again, holding my cooldown, use my cooldown to get it. Anybody ever feeds like this guy's doing, then, you know, take care of that, but you don't need to try and feed to get kills. It's better to just choose not to feed in this game. We got a kill here. Our guy is starting to go for the Dreadnought here, so it's time to just YOLO it, really. Saving cooldown, this is the most important thing. So whoever gets this gets 100% of the value for it. So boom, I get that. Other team wasn't really paying attention, but if they were, then there's a good chance that we missed because of that. Or there's a good chance that they could steal that. So that's why I'm holding all of my cooldowns, the most important high damage cooldowns. Which is also the reason that it's important to play high damage characters. And if you don't, you will not be able to do any of that. It's very, very difficult. Space has been made because we're pushing them out. We go and score. Lane is broken. All of the mobs that are here, they despawn. Alright? So now that means we push up a little bit further. We have a new area that is considered neutral. This Corphish here is a neutral mob because it's right in the middle of the map between where their goal is and where our goal is. You can even afford to push into their jungle a little bit and start trying to steal some of it if you're a long-range character. Which I am. Whoops. I could have used my ultimate there. When you get it, and if you get it early, you can more or less just use it on whatever. It can be useful just to get XP off of killing things. Really, the most important thing in this game is XP, because you're playing to have a higher advantage when you fight for the Zapdos in the middle, because 97% of games come down to the Zapdos. It's a little bit of an unfortunate reality, but that's about how that is. Easy clap. Kill both of them. Do not try and score in these goals. It's just simply not worth it. You will die. So now I'm just walking around looking to score in anything or looking to take any mobs I can. The Dreadnought is about to spawn on bottom, so it's time to get ready to go for that again. I'm waiting here. I'm not playing in a spot where I'm going to take unnecessary damage. You don't really want to have to be TPing out if you don't have to. If you're a tank character, you should play in this grass here and wait for them to come up so you can block them and zone them out. If not, then you should go participate in this. Load up as soon as possible. Plan ahead to have your cooldowns available when you need it. I should have mine available. I think I actually messed it up a little bit, but we got it anyway. You always have to consider a little bit of like, do you think you can just kill it before they even show up if you use your cooldowns on it? Or are they going to be too fast and they're going to end up getting there before you have your cooldowns back, which is what happened to me. Look at this, they're pushing it, they get stopped, one of them gets scored, but there's a good chance that they could die, and other people could die from this. So it's not really worth pushing that. You want to, like I said, contest any sort of neutral mobs near here. It's constantly taking XP away from the enemy. They're not able to really pressure you, but you're constantly just making them be a lower level than you consistently over time. If no one is getting your jungle, you should just go do it yourself. So I'm going to TP back and go get that myself, because you don't ever want XP just sitting around in your area wasting time. These things respawn every minute. They're a lot of XP, they give you powerful buffs. The blue buff makes it so you do extra damage when a Pokemon is low, and the red buff gives you a slow on enemies. The blue buff is the better one, because the whole game comes down to last shotting Dreadnoughts, then last shotting Zapdos. So that is what you want to have. At this point in the game, protecting the goal becomes secondary to just getting XP, because there's not really any space that we're holding it for. Normally you're just trying to hold the space so that you have the capability to fight for the Dreadnought better. Since that's not really a thing anymore, it doesn't really matter as much, and it's better to just like go pick up buffs, get XP, get your ultimate back if you didn't use it, if you used it already. Exactly. I am holding on to my ultimate because I know I want my ultimate for the last fight. There's nobody here to help me with this Dreadnought, so we're just going to not go for it. And also, sometimes it's better not to just go for that last Dreadnought, because it provides a damage debuff, a 55% damage debuff on any character that, on the team that got it, and this damage debuff applies to Zapdos. So when we're trying to do this little coin flip Zapdos fight, you have a lower chance of getting it. But again, same thing. All the game comes down to this moment right now. Our team's going for it, so we have to participate. We're winning the game, so we shouldn't have gone for it. But we're going to have to do it anyway. I messed it up, so we lose the game. Now, the only thing you can possibly do is just try and stop people from scoring. Hopefully I can kill this guy here. Rip. And that's game over. More or less. However, if you get the proper kills in and you're still sitting on XP, you can stack and push as a team and go to score here. When you ult, And if you have a buddy barrier on, that buddy barrier shield that you get stacks with your score shield, so you can score more points than you would have been able to. The game, more or less though, comes down 100% to last shotting the important mobs. Another option when you lose the Zapdos like that is to just go and score. But it depends on whether you think you'll score more points than they're going to score. Or if there's just no way to stop them and you think that you getting those extra points is going to win the game for you.
5, 4, 3,
so that's how the game goes.
1. Time's up.
That is a game
You lose.
of Pokemon Unite. You're about to go see how differently I play the game right now from what I was just doing. Because the way I was talking about is like the perfect, like, okay, this is what you really should be doing if things actually 100% mattered. And it's a good way to start and learn the game, but...
Ready, go!
Ready, go! Alright, here's how to play jungle. So, if you're on the sand side, you want to know that the Lillipump's going to go down to the bottom of the map. If you are on the grass side, it's going to go up top. They always go towards where the Ludicolo is, and they swap positions. Make sure you're getting the Corphish first on the side, and then you're going for the Ludicolo. Depending on what character you play on, there's going to be a fastest way to like do the exact clear, but that's up for you to kind of figure out. Always be trying to drag the Ludicolo up towards the Bouffalant above, and then make sure you get that. Fortunately, our little fire rabbit friend is trying to participate in this, which is very troll. But make sure we just hold our cooldowns, we get it, which we don't, but unfortunately. Then immediately you start heading towards the bottom to try and get a gank. The bottom is just so much more important. If you can hit a score, and that's good. If you can stop them from scoring, that's also good. Sounds like we're being messed up a little bit here. Right now, you're just waiting until your next clear. Nothing I can particularly do about this, so I'm not really going to try and dedicate too much time to this. Corphish is a spawn in the middle, so we're going to start going for it. Corphishes, Corphishes, Corphishes. It takes a minute, like I said, for them to respawn, so that's where we're going to go. They're about to start respawning. You have two options. I'm going to show you what it's like if you go into their jungle versus going into your own jungle. Going into their jungle means that you have a better chance to take their mobs. Right now, if I take this, that's a Ludicolo we get in addition to one we have. That's one they don't get. This is huge value. I would suggest starting off with playing to get your own jungle first, but I'm going to show you this just because. They can also come and pressure you like this, and you gotta be ready to fight for them. While you're fighting them, you gotta understand they still want to take this mob from you, and you want to take it from them. Looks like I'm getting pressured out here. This guy will kill me, so I'm just gonna act like I'm leaving. I'm gonna go back in and look for the steal. Again, it's about playing like micro and like learning how to like try and get steals exactly and such. Looks like I died for this, but that's okay. I've taken both of their XP from that. They ended up getting the actual stuff, but that's okay. Start planning ahead because the Dreadnought's gonna be spawning soon. However, our jungle should be coming up again, and hopefully I can get our Ludicolo before that comes. I know that my power spike is at level 7. I really want to get to level 7 before, but it looks like it's not going to spawn in time, that I need to be down here to participate in this fight. So I'm going to make sure I get this Audino. I have my Water Shuriken now. Don't force anything. Let them come and feed into you first. Example like this guy is doing. Know your opportunities. Know you're going to have to learn specifically like how much damage you do to the enemy team versus how much they do to you. And whether you can force fights and not. If you're playing a character like Lucario, you can force a lot of things. We forced them out. Now's the time to start the Dreadnought. Fortunately, my team's not participating with me, so I'm probably going to die here. Use double team to escape that attack, which is pretty cool, but usually that's not something you're able to do that often. Something to understand about this game is that just because you've killed a lot of people doesn't mean you can actually do the objective if your team's not there to help you. The respawn times are so short in this game that you really don't have any capability to do what you need to do. So you just gotta wait. And since this fight's just kind of going nowhere, I'm going to look to take more of their jungle. Always be looking around on the map to check exactly what the HP of it. If they start trying to force it, then use that opportunity to steal from them. At minimum, you need to come down to try and participate in this fight. Do not be at the top of the map wasting your life with Rotom. That is the most useless thing you can do in this game. That is the most useless and the most troll thing you can do in this game. This fight's looking like I need to YOLO for this Dreadnought, so that's what I'm setting up to do. Fortunately, I get zoned out by the Cramorant, so I don't get it. We die and go next, but that's okay. Not much to do right now. Heading out to try and defend our lane. These guys are trolling too much. I just got my ultimate. It's time to use it. Kills are very, very valuable in this game. Shutdown XP is a lot. It's very, very useful. And my jungle is just kind of online, so time to take it. Time to take it and then start pressuring up towards the map. Anybody in the game can go take the enemy's jungle. If you're coordinating with a friend, you can tell them to take your jungle while you take theirs, etc. Greninja is the best character in the game to take enemy jungle with because he has such a long range and he has the capability to self-heal. Very useful. But the fight was so hectic, so I don't exactly know when their jungle is coming online. So I'm taking this these Corpushes as I head across. It is here. I didn't finish it. I got a good portion of this. And since the Dreadnought was finished a bit ago, and now the enemy team's on Rotom, you can expect not that many people to be on bottom. But I was wrong. You can expect things sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't always go like that. And that's just something to understand about this game. The enemy team is wasting their lives chasing me because they're just not going to get enough value out of that. And I'm going to go ahead and back into the jungle because I know that the Ludicolo is spawning right now. You might ask, well, why am I not at the Dreadnought right now? One, I have time to get back down there and head there. They could potentially blow it up before I get there, but realistically, that's not going to happen. I am playing right now without a score shield, so I don't have a good capability to score. But normally, you want to be looking for little micro scoring opportunities. Fortunately, our team's kind of trolling us and not helping us in this fight. So we're struggling a lot here. But you kind of want to do the best with what you have. Killed 2 people, but our teammates aren't participating. It's still the good play, but there's not much I can do about that. You still want to participate regardless. You can always throw in options of hiding and trying to get it. It's taken already, so there's nothing we can do about that. However, if the enemy team or your team takes the Dreadnought within 90 seconds of Zapdos spawning, there is a debuff on them where they only get 55% damage when they're fighting the Zapdos. So that means you can play for more YOLO plays on the actual Zapdos. Zapdos is about to spawn. It's time to start heading in towards there. I use my ult at a bad time, so I don't have it right now. So I want things to go a little bit longer. Let me farm some opportunities to win the game. Based on the fact that we're not within 1 score of winning this game right now, I want to help kill the Zapdos. That is the only objective. That is the only way we win the game right now. Scoring is more or less irrelevant. That is something you need to be careful of. There's oftentimes people hiding in the jungle, getting ready to mess you up. Hopefully my teammates participating, which they're not. Of course, it's to be expected because my teammates are trolling this game. And we're going to lose because of Zapdos again. Unless I can get in there in time. But it's not looking too likely. Yes, very, very unlikely. Even though there's only a single person. There's one single person in there. At these points, if you can score more points than if they have more points to score than you do, the best thing you can do is try and kill them and try and salvage the game. If we were to say get a few kills on these people, then we would be able to push up and score on these together. But considering they scored about 300 points, I believe it was, we're looking like a little bit like a non-winning opportunity. But it's still good to push up an attempt because you always want to be trying to win the game. In these situations, it's best to stack and help your teammates. It's not really a good idea to like split up as much. You're gonna have better chances not split up. And your highest priority is scoring.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So more or less, we lost this game because we didn't have people participating in the Dreadnought fights. We were under-leveled, and we didn't have people helping us with the Zapdos fight. I got an unfortunate kill on myself in that situation where I walked up into a Gengar and a Cramorant ult. But if the rest of my team was participating in the Zapdos fight, we would have won it. So the game comes down to the objectives, whether you're playing the jungle or not. The jungle just enables you to steal XP from them and then have a higher level to have a higher chance of stealing the objectives. So there you go.